Hi, everyone, and welcome to our monthly software and internet monthly market report. Firstly, I hope everyone is healthy and safe in these crazy times and avoiding COVID-19. It's crazy the impact that it's had on our economy, and I'm sure it's just the beginning. But let's talk about some of the recent stats that we're seeing in the market. Firstly, if you look at the month of March, $5.3 billion invested in software M&A across 80 transactions. And we'll get into that a bit later, but both these numbers are pretty low. So 80 transactions is the lowest that we've seen in a number of months, and we'll show you a chart on that in a few pages. But also at the same time, 5.3 billion invested is significantly lower than the run rate that we saw last year. If you look at all of last year, the monthly run rate was about $15 billion a month into software M&A. And so it's been a big drop off. For now, the multiples have held at 4.6 times, a little bit of a dip from last year, but we'll see that in another chart later as well. So here you can see the year-to-date volume and then annualized. Obviously, the deals continue to decline at an annualized rate of about 15-20%. And then also, if you look, at that monthly deal volume, we've got 53 billion of deals in software this year, and only 5 billion of that from March. So, we obviously saw a big slowdown as a result of COVID-19, and that's expected to continue for the next few months at least. And that's something that we'll obviously be keeping an eye on. If you look at multiples, the SaaS and non-SaaS multiples continue to kind of have a bit of a gap between the two, obviously, but both were down in the year-to-date period, continuing the decline that we saw earlier in this year. So they've definitely dipped a little bit, but there's still a decent appetite, especially for larger software companies from acquirers. I think really where the part of the market that's being impacted right now is the smaller end of the market. So software businesses with less than 5 or 10 million of revenue are significantly impacted in this challenging market as a result of COVID-19. And then you can see more details on this page around the deal volume. So 80 deals in March was definitely the lowest that we've seen in quite some time. It was already trending down as we looked through the end of 2018 and 2019 from the peaks that we saw in 17 and 18 in terms of the number of transactions, but 80 is definitely the lowest. I would expect April to be even lower as a result of, really those 80 deals in March. A lot of them were front end weighted to the month, and activity has really dropped off in the last couple of weeks. And, obviously with the travel restrictions and everything, it makes it very difficult to kind of finalize M&A and get deals across the finish line. So we'll continue to watch this trend. We all at Sanford Advisors are working from home. So if you need us for anything and you have any queries about the market, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're more than happy to jump on the phone and discuss. Thanks, and stay healthy.